On Thai PBS World Tonight, Thailand allows visa-free entry for 60 days for citizens of 93 countries effective today. Registrations for the digital wallet scheme is scheduled for August 1st. And the newly crowned Miss Universe Thailand 2024.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nat Bunna.
I'm Frank Kanshi.
And we'll be seeing you every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World's Facebook and YouTube Live, where we'll be giving you the latest stories and what is happening in Thailand.
And the latest story today, from the beginning, of course, is a very, very good news for tourists, of course, because, of course, the Prime Minister Seta Thavisin is aiming to, of course, extend the visa-free policy to 60 days, right?
Yeah.
Prime Minister Seta Thavisin is scheduled to sign edicts into force today with immediate effect to allow pre-travel visa-free entry to Thailand for citizens of 93 countries and territories who can stay for a maximum of 60 days. Foreigners who want to visit Thailand to travel while working will be allowed to stay up to 180 days at a time under special visa, which is invalid for 5 years. Also, visiting foreign students who earn a bachelor's degree or higher in Thailand will be allowed to stay on for 1 year following their graduation. This is very important for students studying in Thailand because actually in the United States and Europe, for example, France, they also have this visa-free policy. Such edits are designed to increase foreign arrivals to boost the tourism industry in Thailand, which is regarded as a key driver in improving the Thai economy in the wake of weak export growth and underperformance in other business sectors. And you can see, of course, on the screen right now, the visa-free scheme was previously in place for 57 countries, but the 36 country added onto the list includes, you can see the list there, from Albania, Bhutan, and of course, to my home motherland, Taiwan too. So, of course, this is a very, very good information, very good policy for tourists. They could come into Thailand without paying any penny, and they can just come in for maximum 60 days.
Right, and there are countries like China and Kazakhstan as well, because if we remember back in September last year, Chinese tourists as well as Kazakhstan tourists could enter Thailand through the visa exemption program, and it has been deemed successful because it has attracted more and more foreign tourists into the country, and they have decided to include these countries onto the list as well, where they are eligible for 60 days in Thailand visa-free as well. So it's really interesting. And it seems to be very successful as well because even the visa-free program for Chinese and Kazakhstan tourists, the extensions also apply to other nationalities as well, including India, Taiwan, and Russia as well. And if we look at the overall tourism climate at the moment, the first 5 months of this year, according to the Ministry of Tourism and Sports, we have seen 14 million international visitors into Thailand already, and that's a 38% increase from last year. And the top 5 countries that came to Thailand are, of course, China, Malaysia, Russia, India, and South Korea. So that means the newly added countries for the visa-free scheme, it's going to benefit Thailand in a way because we are attracting more foreign tourists, and it's under the visa-free policy as well.
And this is one of the key policies from Prime Minister Seta Thavisin. I think, of course, we see the economy in Thailand is quite weak at this point, but of course, if the tourism can help at this point, they can attract more and more foreign tourists to come in. This would help. But because at the beginning, I think before it's 30 days, the maximum date for tourists in this list from this country come in for maximum 30 days. But right now it's to 60 days. Like my actually cousins and family, they want to come in for maybe more than 1 month, and they can go to north, go to south, they can enjoy beach and mountain.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty good opportunity for tourists to come in.
Exactly.
Yes, but other than the key driver of the tourism, right now we are talking about digital wallet scheme, which is very important for Thai people. Of course, we understand that the government planned to get the budget from BAAC, the bank, but of course right now the plan has changed and the House of Representatives has scheduled a special debate on the government to propose 122 billion baht supplementary budget and to fund it, but we will see how it goes. Of course, the government chief whip say that he's confident that the proposed supplementary budget will sail through the lower house. The debating time has been divided into 5 hours for opposition parties, 3 hours for government coalition MPs, 2 hours for cabinet ministers, and 1 hour for the House Speaker or his deputy. The government whip say that Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin will join the debate for only a short time, as one of his deputies, Finance Minister, will handle questions raised by opposition MPs. After the debate, a House Scrutiny Committee will be appointed to review the supplementary budget for 2 days and return it to the House for its second and final readings. So disbursement of the 1,000 baht benefit payments can begin in the fourth quarter of the year as scheduled, he added. Meanwhile, opposition chief whip and Move Forward MP say that his party has nominated 10 MPs to take part in the debate, and in that they have yet to decide who party leader or deputy leader will make the opening and closing statements. Originally, the government planned to secure the 500 billion baht funding from 3 sources: 175 billion baht from the 2024 fiscal budget, 152.7 billion baht from the 2025 fiscal budget, and this is the controversial one, 172.3 billion baht borrowed from the Bank of Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives due to resistance from opponents over borrowing from BAAC. However, the government has cancelled that plan and has trimmed the funding requirement for the scheme to 450 billion baht. Wow, there's a lot of numbers there, but of course, right now we have to wait for the House of Representatives to talk about it, because this is a very, very huge budget, although it has been trimmed to 450 billion baht, but BAAC, that controversial funding there, right now we have to see how government could get the 172.3 billion baht.
And even though the budgeting seems to be controversial among the government, the opposition parties, and those who are related, especially with the BAAC, and that has led to the budget being trimmed down to only about 450 billion baht. But I think what people are wondering right now is that when can people register for the digital wallet scheme? And some of the details have been released today, and Thai people who are eligible for the 10,000 baht state benefit under the digital wallet scheme can register from August 1st. And this is according to Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin, who posted on X today, and he said that the Digital Wallet Scheme Policy Committee is preparing for registration by those to receive the money, and stores wanting to join the scheme, designating agencies to implement the scheme, and is developing measures to address any irregularities. Since the Digital Wallet Scheme is a state project involving tons of money, people and entrepreneurs, the Prime Minister said that it is essential that the government ensures that everything is done to the letter of the law and to ensure the safety for the benefit recipients. Meanwhile, Deputy Finance Minister Julaphan Amornvivat confirmed today that the number of people eligible to receive the benefit remains 50 million people. But the fund for the digital wallet scheme has been trimmed, like we said earlier, from 500 to 450 billion baht. He also pointed out that in the past, a maximum of about 90% of those eligible to receive financial support from the state under numerous populist programs actually registered. And since the government has cancelled its plan to borrow 172 billion baht from the BAAC to fund the scheme, Julaphan said the government has decided to seek a supplementary budget of 122 billion baht from the central fund and an additional 43 billion baht from non-committed money in the 2024 fiscal budget to cover the shortfall created by the cancellation of bank borrowing. He also said that the Commerce Ministry had been designated to define the list of products to be included in the digital wallet scheme, as well as the negative list of items and services which cannot be purchased using the benefit money. So people who are waiting for the 10,000 baht money can actually register from August 1st. But then, even though these are just some of the details, but like we previously reported, more details will be revealed on 24th of July.
That's very important. We talk about the funding because we haven't known the clear funding yet. We haven't had the intact funding yet, but right now government wants people to register first in first hand. And another point, you talk about regulations. This is very important because Federation of Thai Industries, some officials, high officials say that the regulation is pretty important, as in if people really could buy the imported products, or they should, of course, this scheme should support the local economy rather than those products imported from other places. So it's very important to see how can people use this digital wallet scheme, 10,000 baht.
Yes, and how they will use it and what they can buy and what they cannot buy. And these are the details that will be revealed very soon. So hopefully we will get more details by
At least August 1st, we can register. You can register first.
Exactly. And now let's move on to a different story. Stressful stories aside, now let's talk about Miss Universe Thailand 2024 because the finals took place last night and the new Miss Universe Thailand goes to Suchata Chongsi, also known as Opal. And last night, Suchata, representing Bangkok, was crowned Miss Universe Thailand 2024, and she will be representing Thailand at the Miss Universe 2024 competition in Mexico later this year. The first runner-up went to Thai actress Surisa Susanna Reynolds representing Phuket, while the second runner-up went to Kanruthai Thasabut representing Ubon Ratchathani. And during the final round, the top three contestants were asked what women empowerment means to them and how it has influenced their life journey. So let's have a listen to what the winner of Miss Universe Thailand had to say.
พลังของเราสามารถส่งต่อได้ด้วยเรื่องราวของเราเหมือนที่โอปอเคยผ่านการผ่าตัดก้อนเนื้อที่เต้านมและทำโครงการ โอปอ for her เพื่อที่จะสร้างความตระหนักรู้และที่สำคัญเป็นแนวทางและความหวังให้กับคนที่กำลังสู้อยู่มะเร็งเต้านมเป็นเรื่องของผู้หญิงทั่วโลกค่ะการส่งพลังให้ผู้หญิงไม่ใช่แค่ในไทยแต่ทั่วโลกคือสิ่งที่โอปอทำและจะทำต่อไปขอบคุณค่ะ
We had to say that Suchata's story stands out from many of the other contestants for this year as she went through surgery after she found a large tumor in her breast when she was only 16 years old. And luckily, it did not develop into breast cancer. And because of this, she decided to use her own story to raise awareness about breast cancer. And prior to winning the Miss Universe Thailand crown, she began her career as a model. And previously, she competed in a local pageant, which is called Nangam Ratanakosin, and later competed in Miss Universe Thailand 2022, where she was named the third runner-up. But this year, she won the crown.
What an inspirational story, actually, for us, for not just for Thailand, for all around the world. As in, she discovered that she suffered from the breast tumor, but of course the journey from 2022 Miss Universe Thailand to 2024, she didn't give up, and right now she became the queen and will represent Thailand in Mexico for the international stage.
Exactly. And now let's talk about animals this time. We're not going to talk about cat videos or lizards breaking into shops or anything too sensational, but we're going to show you these compelling photos of endangered species from around the world that are at risk of being extinct extinct. And these are the photos on display in this exhibition. So the U.S. Embassy in Bangkok recently held an exclusive preview of the National Geographic Photo Art exhibition, showcasing photos of endangered animals in zoos, aquariums, and wildlife sanctuaries. And these photos were taken by renowned wildlife photographer Joel Sartori. So in this exhibition, you will see a wide range of animals here, from a Malayan tiger, an Asian elephant, pandas, baby chimpanzees like these, robber frogs, and plenty of exotic birds, fishes, and insects through the lenses of Joel. Each photo will also describe its conservation status as well, whether the animals are critically endangered or of least concern. So that is to remind people that these species are at risk of being extinct. Joel explains that the photo exhibition aims to get viewers to look beyond themselves and see the beauty of these endangered species in order to realize the importance of preserving these animals before it's too late. He also commented that although people seem to be much more aware of environmental issues such as climate change, he felt that the awareness on preserving endangered animals is not as high yet. And meanwhile, the U.S. ambassador to Thailand, Robert Godek, stated that the exhibition also highlights the collaboration between Thailand and the U.S. on wildlife conservation efforts. So let's have a listen to what they had to say.
It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad the world finally is realizing that climate change is a real thing and catastrophic. That's really good. Now, are people talking enough about endangered species? Not yet, but that will come as well. True change is generational. It takes 20, 25 years to get something on people's radar. I think that people are reacting to climate change because they can see how violent weather threatens beachside homes, or extreme heat kills people and causes water use to go up in the deserts. I think they see that. But in terms of endangered species, why should we care? Again, it comes down to self-preservation. Without insects and plants, the ones that we are used to keep the planet stable, and a lot of people will say to me, well, what good is it? Who cares if we lose a rhino or a rabbit? Well, they all matter. They're all amazing. They've made it through time. They are works of art. And I think our world's greatly diminished without them. But beyond that, it's a matter of self-preservation.
I think from the embassy perspective as well, we really hope that this exhibition and Joel's work really inspires people to take action. We are all in this together. It's only by each of us taking all of the steps we can to help conserve, protect these species that we're going to save ourselves. That is really absolutely critical. And we hope that this helps move more Thai people and Americans and others who see it to action.
And for those who are interested, the photo art exhibition will be held until July 29th at Siam Paragon. So if you really want to see these photos with your own eyes, it will be on display until the end of this month. So very compelling photos right here. And what is really interesting though is that normally when we look at photos of wildlife, we would often see them like typically in the Saharas or in like a farm or in their natural habitat. But this time they put it in either a black or a white background so that the viewers can really focus onto the animals, the features and the emotions that they're trying to portray in this photo as well.
I wasn't at the preview there. Of course, you were there.
Yeah.
But when I see those pictures, it's a very, very close shot, actually close shot to the animal, and you can feel their lively, posture, their energy. I mean, animals' energy to us, and we don't forget that actually animal is very close to us. I mean, physically. Normally, maybe when we walk in the park, we see the birds. You can see, of course, the screen there, the cameraman really close to the animals. It's kind of like a linkage with them. It's kind of like a connection, but let us do not forget how important the animal is.
Exactly. So we can see like a wide range of wild animals that are captured through the lenses of Joel here. So It's worth visiting because we can see these animals from another perspective, and you may learn something new as well, because most of these animals do not exist here in Thailand, but it exists in other places, and we might learn about animals that we may have not heard about at school as well.
Right.
All right, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Join us every Monday and Tuesday on Thai PBS World's Facebook and YouTube Live. And don't forget to follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ